This is the most feared corner in motorsport, and Formula One drivers take it flat out. This is Spa-Francorchamps, a circuit that was once 15 kilometres of ordinary public road, a circuit with its own weather system, a circuit that has killed more drivers than almost anywhere else in Europe, and a circuit that Formula One refuses to give up. This is how the most dangerous track in the world became the greatest. It began in 1920. A journalist and a racing driver looked at the roads between three sleepy Belgian villages, Francorchamps, Malmedy and Stavelot, and saw a racetrack. They did not build one. They simply closed the roads. The circuit was a triangle, almost 15 kilometres long, and for the first 3 years it was used only by motorcycles. The first cars arrived in 1924, and from the very beginning, Spa was faster than anywhere else. Understand what that actually meant. Drivers were running flat out on public roads, past houses, past trees, over blind crests where you could not see what was on the other side. There were no runoff areas, no gravel traps. The barrier, if there was one at all, was a fence, a ditch, or a wall. And in the middle of it sat the Master Kink, a flat-out left right through a village that Jackie Stewart called the most difficult corner in the world. By the 1960s, cars were averaging over 240 kilometers an hour around a lap. The cost was brutal. 10 drivers were killed at Spa during the 1960s, 5 of them in the space of just 2 years. The drivers had had enough. In 1969, they refused to race until the circuit was made safer. The changes could not be made in time, and so the Belgian Grand Prix was simply cancelled. Formula One did return, but the argument never really ended. And in 1979, Spa was finally cut in half, from 14 kilometres of public road to a 7-kilometre permanent circuit. But one corner survived, Eau Rouge, and the climb above it, Raidillon. A modern Formula One car takes it at over 300 kilometres an hour. It goes downhill, hard left, then hard right and steeply uphill, and as you commit to it, you cannot see the exit. The compression at the bottom pushes the car into the road with brutal force. The right-hander pulls around 4G, and there is still very little room for a mistake. It is the single most famous piece of tarmac in motorsport. And then there is the weather. Spa is so long that it makes its own. It can be pouring with rain at one end of the lap and completely dry at the other. In 1998, a first corner accident in the wet wiped out 13 cars in about 15 seconds. In 2021, the rain simply never stopped. The race was called after 2 laps behind a safety car. Half points were awarded. Not one wheel was raced in anger, and the spectators who had sat in the rain all day got nothing back. 44 laps, and in 2026, the cars attacking it are new, lighter, smaller, and close to half electric, with no DRS at all. But Spa still asks the same question it has asked for 100 years. How much speed are you willing to carry into somewhere you cannot see? Every few years, somebody argues that Spa is too old, too fast, too dangerous. And every year, the drivers give the same answer. It is the greatest circuit in the world.